All right, good evening, Ken at Tortoise Capital, nightly strategy podcast for March 27th, 2024. We'll start with the hybrid swing. So we're looking at 30-minute charts, beginning with Alcoa. This morning was a COTA 2 re-entry. We have a nice, strong support levels here and here. We got a stable 5-day anchored VWAP, nice PSAR flip, gap up. So speculate in, standard risk box. That thing does nothing but go straight up. Probably could have had a second position right there. But I'm going to hold this one overnight with 1, 2, 3, about 4R cushion. And the reason is that there's no resistance. We're well above the 10 period and 5 period anchored VWAPs. And that's all good. Made a new 10-day high today. AI, this was a gap down and sell off short, and I stuck around too long and got caught with a fractional loss. Bad form. Caterpillar, Emerging Dragon and Dakota 2, and it took out the Bollinger Band mean and the PSAR and the 5-day anchored VWAP, so we speculated in with standard risk, and it did nothing but go straight up and close at the high of the day. So I'm going to hold that one overnight as well. That's in the industrial sector. And on the strength of Caterpillar, I'm going to jump down and look at XLI and say basically the same trade. After yesterday's short and cashing about 3R, it gapped up all the way to here and took off northward. And so we speculated in, and it closed extremely well for about 6R. And that combination of XLI and Caterpillar is just too persuasive. Cliff was very close, although it got its run early and then started selling off hard. So we cashed a half an R in that one. CVS, fractional gain on that short, and it never really manifested in pain. DIA was a quiet grinding upward move. Speculated in here, and it returned a couple R. Disney, scratch. Devon Energy, no trade. Emerging markets, no trade. Ethereum, no trade because you can't get short that one, although the currency is now at an attractive level for a compound critical state. It could sell off hard, or it could rebound nicely like it has the last 2 times at that price level. So compound critical state. Mexico, superb follow through, COTA 2 reentry, 2R capture before the end of the day. Brazil, 3R capture on a 1, 2, 3 entry. And then it crossed the Bollinger Band mean, the Dragon, the PSAR flipped, the 10-day and 5-day anchored VWAPs. It was just going. And although this is in the gap right in here, that's all gap. So there's no resistance, but it's getting ready to hit resistance here. And so I wouldn't be surprised to see that fail tomorrow. So I just thought I'd cash this one and remove all the tension. Intel. So 2 days ago, we got this 1, 2, 3 entry, and it grinded it out yesterday. We held it overnight, and today was the big payoff. I missed a second entry on that, but we've got almost 7R, and it has cleared the previous peak, and it cleared above the 30-day and 270-day anchored VWAP. So that is a really strong move. Paid us off for keeping the faith. IP, this was a COTA 2 kind of a re-entry after the first leg up, and then a sell-off which held at the 10-day anchored VWAP, and so that felt like a low risk move as it broke the PSAR. Then the PSAR flipped. We had a tight stop, and that gave us 2R into the close, and that's another one that I'm going to hold because of the strength in the industrials. IYR reversal caused us to take what was about a 3R gain into a half an hour loss, and then I could not get back in the zero state to take advantage of the upward move. But that is going to test these peaks tomorrow, and I hope to have my mind right for that. Coke, rapid run up and then a harsh rollover, and the VWAP started selling off. Had come through the RL10. The move back to the Bollinger Band mean was the least surprising move. So we got short with a standard risk and cash 2 after it held support at the rising Bollinger Band mean. So sort of a typical reversion to the mean trade. Caught a 2 breakout in regional banks, returned 3R and closed very well, but I wanted to reduce risk. McDonald's is grinding here, so we got long on the Kata 2. It crossed and cleared both VWAPs and closed very well. I like that one tomorrow to get back up around 284. Merck missed it, no trade. Microsoft missed the short. MSOS, I missed the explosive move up. We got it on a 3-minute, but not the 30-minute. Nike, no trade. Nvidia, I tried the 1, 2, 3 long, took a half an hour loss, but it didn't follow through. Clean energy exploded for 3R. Palantir, I took the PSAR flip short for an R. Rivian, 1, 2, 3 long, half an hour on the stall. SOUN, no trade, but I like the turnaround here. That could be a mover tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on that in the AI space. S&P started weak, ground out a nice recovery move, and then exploded into the beyond. Getting ready to push all-time highs. Treasuries also responded well, so it's not the inverse of the equity trade by any means. Tesla, I like the morning gap down, then a 1, 2, 3. Started to show weakness, so we cashed an R. Walmart, it peaked early and then sold off hard through the VWAP and the PSAR. Edge of the dragon got short, cashed 2R after the rebound up after the R10 reversed. Just took the skin of the dragon. US Steel, continuation, emerging dragon for a fractional gain. And then finally XLI, as I showed you before, was a massively good move for almost 6R. These are some sniper trades of the day. So these are now on 3-minute. These are the same patterns, but we're trading these now on a 3-minute bar as a turbo. So this is MSOS. Here was yesterday's little closing price, and there was yesterday's VWAP. Today, it rose above the Bollinger Band mean. So I speculated in with the standard risk. Open for a morning breakout. Quick scratch. Quick Kata 2 reentry. Quick loss of a -1. Missed the short. Took the PSAR flip. I treated that as an SSC, and it crossed both the VWAP and the Bollinger Band mean. So I like it for crossing the Bollinger Band mean and rising above the VWAP with a standard risk to the low of the day, with the idea that if this fails, I will get short. Grinding towards the afternoon, then it exploded, put a second position on at 3R, and then it just ran like a scalded ape into the close. 2, 3, almost 8R. on the number one symbol in my stack for reliably large intraday volume. That's why it's on my radar. That's what it does. All right, this one is Mexico. So here was yesterday's close. Here's the gap up. There's a OR3, but on the way up, it moved a risk box off the low. So I just speculated in and quickly lost half an hour. And then tried a collapsing dragon and a return to yesterday's close, which it did. Took the PSAR exit. That now is an SSC. Smashing its way north for about 4R. PSAR exit. Caught a 2 reentry, another R. So that ended up giving us about 5R net for the day on Mexico. Was pretty happy with that one. This is clean energy. This also was a gap up. Here's yesterday's close. Here's the explosive move. This is the second bar up. Took out the OR3, so I'm long with a standard risk, which would take it all the way to the bottom of the dragon if that were to fail, which means I would go short. Cashed it early and then it immediately reversed. Took an emerging dragon re-entry. Cashed about 3R on the PSAR exit. And after the RL30 rolled over. Caught a 2 re-entry scratch. And that was it for the day. So a pretty good early move in PBW, a real standout. That's in position number 3 for excellence in reliable trading as a symbol. Take a quick look at the traders. Eugene grinds out 3R here in Bitcoin with the very simple entries and a simple management stop. Influenced and inspired by PRX 2-hour system. With notes to self, I'll leave that to your attention. OR5 short and cover for 2. Re-entry, cover. Gets long and reasonable exits. This is Jonathan with, let's see which one we got here. This is also Mexico. Tried the OR3, stop and reverse short, scratch, stop and reverse, micro loss, short. That one pays for all of this and then some. And then the SSC reversal smashes north for 4. This is an area, highlight an area where a second position you could start to think about adding is right in this area here, because you just crossed the Bollinger Band, then the VWAP, and then here you have spring turning to summer. So somewhere after the VWAP, but by this point, you might think about a second position, and you probably have you're close to 2R in hand somewhere around there. Your target would be the top of the dragon or top of the R10. Notice how as this thing is coming into the station, that price action kind of stalls a little bit before it resumes. That was the telltale resumption. A couple tests after the fact, but still, as traded 5 hours, just superb. Kevin, with some good trading plan notes here. Just take a screenshot or download it from the chat room for your own reference. And he's grinding his way through EWW, taking every signal and working. It looks like almost to be continuously in either long or short all the time, but really nice work catching the fat part of the curve. He doesn't stay misaligned too long. And he grinds out a pretty nice 3.4R. So nice work from the gang all around. Let's go right to dashboard number 1. Wee bit of a recovery today. So we have bullish normal, all over bought, strong bull, risk on, all systems go. Nucor Steel, Intel, Caterpillar, names to live by. Dow Tactical Summary saw some strong breakouts in Disney, Devon, Merck, Travelers, Verizon. So not the tech leaders. So that, I mean, they haven't even really triggered with the exception of Intel today. So be ready for some more juice tomorrow. And then in the ETFs, again, breakouts in the Euros, Euro Asia blend, Mexico, Russell, small and mid caps, and marijuana was a big mover. XLB and healthcare. Starting to see more summertime as more things reversed to include the Qs and industrials and the small caps. That's all you need to know. That's a pretty broad-based strength, and you see that reflected in the large green numbers. And everything that is also green on a 10 and a 30-day deserves special attention. So US Steel, Intel, Devon, and Merck. Trading value top 3, Tesla, marijuana, clean energy, followed by NVIDIA, Intel, Nucor. And still in the kind of in the yellow zone, grinding north. And it isn't worried about our fears. It just does what it does. So take good care. Let's get ready for him tomorrow. Tactical Thursday. And keep your risk measured and your powder dry.